Well, good evening, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. And today we'll be drinking a beer. I have 3 beers picked out. They're off to the left of me. I'm just going to reach. I'm going to look like this. No, I shouldn't even do that because I know which order they're in. I'm going to pick the middle beer first. This is the first beer from this brewery I saw in my region of Ontario. So this is from Lake of the Woods. This is their Big Timber American IPA. So this is 6% alcohol by volume. Lake of the Woods is what, Kenora? No, yeah, Kenora, Ontario. So this is way up there. Up and west from where I am. I've had 1 or 2 other beers from Lake of... I've had their Sultana Gold, which I ordered off the... or was that Sleeping Giant that did Sultana Gold? Okay, I know I've had their blueberry beer, and I think I've had 1 other beer from Lake of the Woods, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. This was picked up at the Oakwood LCBO here in Niagara Falls. So it was one of those things where I looked at it and I'm like, oh, I haven't had that. Woo, look at the brewery. I haven't had much from them. I'm intrigued. I wasn't a big fan of their blueberry beer. Mostly just wasn't a fan of it. I mean, I don't have to like everything. But it was good enough that it excited me to try some others from them. And now I get that chance. Slightly hazy, brassy color, slightly off-white head. Is there a snap, crackle, poop? Let's see. Very minimal snap, crackle, pop. It's not like it actually matters. I just like knowing. I like knowing how active my beer is. Just a little bit of carbonation moving up in there, too. I think visually, that's appealing in this Black Swan glass. I don't have a Lake of the Woods glass. I'm probably never going to be in Kenora to get one. Let's give the beer a sniffle, shall we? Okay, I'm not getting much out of the glass, but this isn't really a glass made for a very great nose. I mean, I've always noticed that for a good nose, you want the glass to turn in, not turn out. This glass is turned out, so... Really, I'm not picking up anything, and that's strange. Even with the turned out lip, I can usually still pick up something. Can? Okay, the can has that just resiny, slightly floral, slightly piney scent to it, and that almost medicinal sweetness that some IPAs and pale ales can give off. And this is a American IPA, like I stated earlier. So, I mean, for me, a lot of American IPAs come off with that very resiny, very floral, very piney flavor, and that's not the profile I personally like. I personally like the fruitier things, the more zesty, the more citrusy, the more well, that basically. But I mean, I like to try everything, so let's give this 6% alcohol Big Timber AIPA a good chance, shall we? Let's try it. Cheers. It looks fine. It doesn't smell all that great to me. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell off-putting. I'm just saying that for what I like, it's not meeting my expectations. But that doesn't mean it's a bad beer. It just means that it didn't. If you're from Lake of the Woods and you're wondering why I'm rambling like this is what happens when you review anything, and you guys should know that too. You have to sit there and say, this is my opinion, to half the people that don't get that. I'm not saying you're wrong if you love it. I'm not saying I'm wrong if I love it. I'm saying this is how I feel. Cheers. Sorry, my dog's trying to chew off where his nutsack used to be. And now he's looking at me because I'm looking... Yeah, I don't want to make eye contact with him. He'll come and lick me after doing that. So, after the first sip, I don't pick up any flaws. There's nothing that I personally would say is a brewing fault, which I would hope I wouldn't pick up, but there are some commercial grade breweries that do put out beers with brewing faults. This one doesn't have any. It's brewed well. At least from one sip, I don't think it has any. That being said, is it a beer I enjoy off of one sip? Probably not all that much. Again, it has the taste profile that is something that I'm not a big fan of. Medium bodied, nice effervescence. No alcohol astringency or taste, but I mean it's 6%, so you'd expect that. But I do get a floral, piney, and caffeine pill-like resininess. More, actually, even worse, for me, even worse than a caffeine pill resininess, it's kind of that burn you get if you chewed a Tylenol or something instead of just swallowing it. You know, that just instant, blah, everything's taken over in the back of your palate. I know there's a lot of people that love that hop profile right there, that just palate-wrecking, pill-like bitterness. I'm not one of the guys that likes that. Like I said, I'm more of a fruity guy. I'm more of I said it. I'm more of a fruit hopped guy than this stuff. That being said, is there anything wrong with this? No, I could actually drink this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing off-putting about it, and there's no faults about it. It's just not the profile that I personally enjoy. With that being said, I would probably give this beer a 6 out of 10, only because it isn't the hop profile I like. If it was more fruity, even if it was more lemony or grapefruity, I'd be more into it. But that floral, piney, just pill-like resininess, I'm not into that personally. But it's not overpowering. Like, it's there, it's on the back of my palate, but it isn't clogging my palate. It isn't destroying my palate. So I could easily drink this. I just don't particularly like the taste. But I mean, if it was put in front of me, I could drink it. So I mean, we're at that, right? It's not good for me. It's not bad for me. It's right in the middle, and that's what I'm giving it, a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful evening, or I'll be able to see you soon. Bye bye. Mwah.